So I'm delighted to be joined by Rex Mannings today. Rex, great of you to join us.
Hi Scott, how are you?
I'm great, thank you. I'm delighted to hear that you've signed a one-year contract with us this season. How do you feel? Tell us about it.
I'm very happy with signing the contract for the next season. I'm just waiting for it to come, really. It's been a long time since football's been around, and it was good to get back to training and just been and get a ball at my feet. So I'm happy with everything that's going on. I'm really looking forward to playing for Froome next season and smashing it with the lads.
So obviously it's been interrupted, as you've just mentioned, these last two seasons, which has been a real shame because you've been pretty much on fire with your performances and the way that fans have taken to you. How have you got through this period?
Fitness, really. I mean, when we found out that the season was coming to a close again, it was just a shame. And it's just, I mean, without Froome at the moment, you're very limited to play football anywhere else. I mean, at the moment, I've just been, well, the gym's been closed, but luckily it's just opened. But before that, it's just been loads of running, little sessions with a few of my mates, setting up some like cones and some sprints and just trying to get the fitness levels up and keep them there, ready for when the season comes back so I can hit it.
You say setting stuff up with your mate. When we spoke to Kane in our last interview, he mentioned that with his brothers that he was never the one that was in goal, and I can't imagine that you were ever in goal as a kid either.
No. To be fair, I got a bit in goal. To be fair, Scott, I have got a bit in goal. I'm quite good. You probably get
Okay.
it. My brother is quite good in goal, so he's probably given me a few tricks about it. So
No,
I'm not bad. Not bad.
So yeah, so let's just for those fans that are watching, let's just sort of go back a little bit about your recent history, really. So just with us, just coming up to sort of, well, we've got it about 75 appearances, 21 goals, but recently in the last two seasons, you're kind of averaging just under a goal every three games. But one of the things that I kind of feel that you have as a player is, as a self-confessed Tottenham fan, not a great time to admit that, but there's players that you watch where, for me, when I grew up, it was Aaron Lennon, where it doesn't matter where he gets the ball on the pitch, you slowly move towards the edge of your seat and you think, what's going to happen? And you're one of those players. And I wonder how it feels to be sort of, do you feel that from the fans on the side? Do you feel they're expecting, or do you still play with a kind of freedom?
Well, let's say if the fans weren't there, then I would try and do my best. I would try and keep the ability that I've got to take on players and try and make something happen. But with the fans behind me, whether they're saying my name or saying, go on, and just a bit of, just like something like a little shout, anything like that makes me want to do so much more. So I can't thank the fans enough for that, because it is massive. I am appreciative of it.
And you definitely see it. You kind of feel like sat on the side, whether you're in the starting lineup or coming on off the bench. Well, I think especially when you're haven't made the starting lineup, you can people straight away, even like 20 minutes in the game, well, we should get Rex on. It's that kind of feeling that excitement that you bring to the team.
Yeah, definitely.
So tell us a little bit about your background then, because I'm aware that obviously you started off as Oxford United Academy. How was that going through the academy system?
Oh, it was when I was only 16. I started at 16 there. So it was a 2-year scholarship, and I loved every minute of it. Really, I was playing football every day. There was, in my age group, there was about 13 of us, so we were all close, for good bond. But it was just nice to play football every day. One day was like a college day on a Wednesday where we had to just keep our learning going. But on a Saturday, you'd then have a game. It would be in the morning, like 11 o'clock kickoff. We'd play at home. We'd go away to like Yeovil or all across England, really, but mainly the south. But yeah, it was so enjoyable. But it was just a shame that it came to an end when I turned 18 and didn't work out. But there's always the next path, so just trying to keep at that.
Yeah, so you mentioned that next path. That took you on to Bristol Manor Farm, where I know you had a short period there. Is that where Danny came across you? Is that how you?
Well, when I went to Manor Farm, I thought, let's try this league out and see how I get on. See if I can bring all the experience I've got from playing at Oxford into this league and see what I can do for the club. Fortunately, I didn't give many minutes for Manor Farm. Was only young. Of course, it's quite hard to bring a young player in. So I was only coming off the bench having these few minutes. And I thought, like, there were times where I think I could have been on and made a difference. and he just like it was never there. The chance never came up. So I thought, oh, maybe it's time to like look somewhere else. And to be honest, I got to give a big shout out to my brother. Really, Greasy knows my brother. He used to play in goal. So my brother Kane, he was like, oh, do you want me to get in contact with Greasy for you? And because they sort of need, they could be looking for a player like you. And I thought, yeah, why not? I mean, I'm at the farm at the moment. I'm not getting much minutes, so I'm happy with anything really. Just let me know. So yeah, he managed to speak to Greasy. Greasy seemed happy with it, and I met Greasy that day, and that's how it all started.
So when you joined, obviously that was a difficult time for the club.
Yeah.
Coming in, the expectations, kind of a high turnover of players as we sort of fought that relegation off. And did you think you'd made the right choice at that point?
Well, with Manor Farm, we were like, I think we were like 4th or 5th in the league, and like I knew if they were going to go up or they would want to keep the same team. So I thought, I just want to be playing, really. I don't really want to be doing anything else. I just want to get the ball and get on the pitch. So with Froome, I know it was more of a difficult situation because I came and we were like mid-table, more near towards the bottom. I thought if I could get a chance here just to try and get in the squad and try and get these wins and keep us up. But unfortunately that didn't happen. But I mean, I was very happy with the choice of coming here. So.
Well, I think, as you say, you've moved into the side and you've made yourself a firm fixture in this team now, and an exciting player that we all look forward to watch. So as we kind of look on the positive, on the future, we had that season where, again, I've stated it many times, in my opinion, we definitely would have gone up as champions. I think we had the form, we had the position, we had the teams that we had left to play. How did that feel for you? Just not necessarily this is disappointing at the end, but actually being a key part of that team.
It felt great, really. I mean, it's like you've got the team behind you. They trust you with everything. It's like sometimes when I get the ball towards me, they get like a pass towards me. Sometimes I feel like, does my team trust me to do this? Or because sometimes I think I'll just do it by myself. But with Froome, the players, the staff, everyone around me, the fans, I've got 100% trust. They want me to do what I can do, and I'm so happy doing it.
So I think when you mentioned that sort of the squad and the fans behind it, a couple in the interviews with both Sam and with Kane, they kind of penciled you in as that kind of player to watch and the player that excites them, shall I say? How do you sort of feel being in that squad? Then is there people that you look to think that you can learn off, or that's how I need to approach things?
Well, let's start with Thiele. He's a great captain. I love it because he trusts me 100% and he'll back me all the way. But he's like, as a captain, he does criticize, like when things go right or even go well, when they go wrong. But I just take it on the chin because there's always a learning curve. Like you're always going to learn from things they say. You're not always going to be right. So, and with Kane, he's like a brilliant player. I love playing with him because I just know if I get the ball in any sort of position, I can just look and I just know if Kane does this certain run, I'll find him. I'll try and find him as much as I can because with his pace, I couldn't even play the perfect ball, but just because of his pace, he'll get there.
Definitely. Well, and as we went through with Kane, his goal ratio is up there as with yours, very similar. And when you add John O into the debate as well, there's definitely goals in the team, and it's so good to have that secured for next season.
Yeah.
So sort of building on from that, we know that you've got a secondary career that's sort of burgeoning. I sort of came across it. I think was it a live Instagram or a live on Twitter or something like that. And I think I liked you from the Froome official account, and I was sort of like, oh, what's this about? So that got me sort of trawling through to Danny and that, saying, what's going on with Rex? So can you tell us more about that at all?
Well, I've been into music really for I say I've been like doing music for 7-8 years now. It all started from when I was in school. I took one of my GCSEs. I took music, and when I first went in, we were studying. One of the screens was showing us all the music symbols, and I was like, oh god, what? I was like, what is that? I don't want to see that. That's not what I want to look at. And my teacher, he showed me this program on computer where you can make your own songs and do all like that. And ever since that day, I've just fell in love with it really. And yeah, I've learned so much from it now. I think I'm quite good at doing it all now. And so yeah, with music, yeah, I'm like a music producer. So I'll produce the music for people's tracks. I've done it for people's tracks on Spotify and Apple, like their stuff's online. So yeah, so they're all produced by me. But as my hobby, I do some stuff myself. So which I do enjoy doing, which is like takes me away from the world a bit because it lets me focus on stuff that I really enjoy. So.
Well, if you start working on something slightly more retro, then you would revisit our playlist before the game start, because I know it needs a bit of work.
Yeah.
One of the things that was really interesting was like where you were most destined for some sort of role in music, with a very similar namesake that you have in from a cult film in the 90s. It was Rex Manning in Empire Records, I believe the film was. So anyone in their kind of mid-40s would probably be going, oh, okay, I've heard that name before. And that was based on a kind of aging rock star, which I believe was based on Kurt Cobain, actually, sort of touring around sort of different things. So I wondered if your parents were influenced by that, or if you've been influenced by it in any way.
Well, I didn't. I always knew about the name Rex Manning, and it was from Empire Records, but it wasn't until someone said to me, I think it was last year, like they found out that was the music, and they were like, oh my God, your name's the same as that guy from the film. I'm like, what guy? And like, Rex Manning. I was like, what film? Because I didn't even know what film he was from. I just knew he was a person, Rex Manning, with long hair and like a purple sort of suit. I was like, oh, I don't know who it is. So he showed me and it was from like a music film. I was like, oh my God. So I had to go home and question my parents because I was like, have you given me that name because of that film? No, we've never heard of the film.
Well, as I say, actually, yeah. Now that you bring him back to mind, with your current haircut, like you're going for it. A few more years, you might be able to flock it down.
Oh yeah, well maybe yeah. Oh, it's been a long time since I've had a haircut, and I can't be bothered at the moment. Really, I'm just letting it grow.
So I think it's still celebrated as a day every year, the Rex Manning Day, April the 8th. But maybe we claim ownership instead, and we create a different Rex Manning's Day. And
yeah, same day. You have to go on every social media. Rex Manning's Day.
Completely vote him off. Get the new crowds in.
Yeah.
Rex, it just leaves me. It's been fantastic to speak to you today. We're absolutely delighted as a club that you've signed on again for another season and on contract. We can't wait to get back. I know we've got a great pre-season coming up with a few sort of friendlies or anything like that. Are any of those friendlies you've got your eye on or looking forward to in particular?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's all of them really. I'm just looking forward to playing game again. But if I had to pick some out, it'd probably be Bath City. I'm looking forward to playing them.
Yeah, I think that would be a good game under the lights under the lights. It'd be nice, fresh pitch, and all good to go. But yeah, so that just leaves me. We're so looking forward to what's going to happen this season coming up. Obviously, there's expectancies on hopefully that we'll be up there again, challenging or a cup run. I know Danny wants to sort of have the league as the sort of main focus from the interviews we've done with him. But yeah, just as a club, it's fantastic to have you back on board, and we wish you all the best for the season.
Oh, thanks, Scott.
Thanks, Rex. Speak to you soon.
See you later. Bye-bye.